Something fascinating is happening in the corridors of power at the Racecourse ground. Close your eyes for a second and picture this. It is not the roar of the crowd or the ball hitting the back of the net that is making the biggest noise right now. It's the sound of paper shuffling, of signatures being dried on legal documents, and a number so large it almost doesn't feel real for a club that was non-league just moments ago. We are looking at images of official filings, bureaucratic papers that usually bore us to tears, but today they are painting a picture of a revolution. £48 million. That is the figure staring back at us. It's a cash injection that doesn't just whisper ambition, it screams it. But here's the mystery. Why now? Why this specific amount? And most importantly, who is actually behind this massive war chest? It isn't just our Hollywood owners digging into their own pockets this time. There is a new player in town, a shadow moving in the boardroom that carries the weight of European giants. This isn't just about transfers, it's about the very soul and structure of the club. Stay with me, because we need to decode what this £48 million really means for the Red Dragons.
Alright, let's get straight into the meat of this, shall we? We need to talk about the finances, because the numbers that have just dropped are absolutely staggering. Documents filed at Companies House have confirmed that Wrexham Association Football Club has received a cash injection of £47.83 million via a new share issue. Now just pause and let that number sink in. Nearly £50 million. For a club that, let's be honest, was rattling buckets to stay alive not too many years ago, this is the kind of financial muscle that makes the rest of the football pyramid sit up and take notice. But we have to be very analytical here. This isn't a lottery win, this is a strategic move. This deal was struck recently, signalling a massive wave of new investments. It is vital we understand that this money is coming from a very specific place. It is not magic, it is business. The fresh capital comes from a deal with the American finance group Apollo Sports Capital, or ASC. Now, you might be scratching your head asking who these people are, and we will get to that in a moment, but the headline here is the sheer scale of the commitment. When you look at the trajectory of this club under Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, we have seen revenues rocket. We know the documentary has brought global eyes to North Wales, but revenue is one thing, capital injection is another. Revenue is what you earn, capital is what you build with. This £48 million is building money, it's changed the future money, and it comes at a pivotal time. As we sit here looking at the championship playoff places, looking at a potential fourth successive promotion, which is frankly unheard of, this money acts as the fuel for that engine. However, I want to manage the hysteria slightly. I know as fans we see a number like 48 million and we immediately think of signing a superstar striker who costs 20 million. But the word coming out of the club, and the feeling I get from reading between the lines of these documents, is that this is about stability as much as it is about spending. It is about catching up. The club has admitted previously that they have been playing catch-up off the pitch because the rise on the pitch has been so meteoric. You can't go from the National League to knocking on the Premier League's door in 3 years without the infrastructure creaking a little bit. This money greases the wheels. It ensures the machine doesn't break under the speed of its own success.
So, let's pull back the curtain on this new partner, Apollo Sports Capital. Who are they? Because whenever you hear about investment firms entering football, there's always a bit of nervousness, isn't there? We are protective of our club, we love what Ryan and Rob have done, and we don't want the soul of the club diluted. But when you look at ASC, the profile is incredibly intriguing. ASC are not rookies in this game, they're majority shareholders in Atletico Madrid. Yes, that Atletico Madrid, the Spanish giants. The team that disrupts the Real Madrid and Barcelona duopoly. The team managed by Diego Simeone, known for grit, passion and punching above their weight. Does that sound familiar? It sounds a lot like the DNA we are trying to breed here in Wrexham. Hard work, community and upsetting the established order. ASC has taken a minority shareholding in the club. The reports suggest it is just shy of 10%. This is crucial. They're not taking over, they're not pushing Ryan and Rob out. They are buying a seat at the table. And what a seat it is. Their parent company is said to have more than $900 billion of assets under management. That is billion with a B. And they have set out plans to invest heavily in the sporting sector. Having a partner like this is about more than just the cash. It's about the network. Imagine the expertise a group that runs Atletico Madrid can bring to North Wales. We are talking about scouting networks, academy structures, commercial know-how and global branding. Wrexham is already a global brand, but this professionalises the operation to a Champions League level. They have a seat on the club board now. This means when decisions are made, when the future is plotted, you have the heart and humour of Ryan and Rob, combined with the cold, hard financial steel of Apollo. It's a fascinating blend. It elevates Wrexham from a celebrity-owned club to a financial powerhouse in the lower leagues. It sends a message to the Championship and even the Premier League. We are not just here for a laugh. We are here to stay, and we have the heavy artillery to back it up.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the transfer market. We are right at that time of the year, end of January, where every fan is refreshing their phone, waiting for the "here we go" announcement. With 48 million in the bank, the natural instinct is to expect a deadline day madness. We want to see the club splash the cash on 3 or 4 marquee signings to guarantee that promotion. But we have to be realistic and listen to what the sources are saying. The intelligence coming out regarding this deal is that this money is part of a long-term plan, rather than a sudden pot of gold for January transfers. If you are expecting a 10 million striker to walk through the door just because the money's there, you might need to temper that expectation. That isn't to say there won't be signings. There is always the potential for business before the deadline. If the gaffer, Phil Parkinson, identifies the right player, the funds are there, we know that. But this investment wasn't made to panic buy in January. It was made to secure the next 5-10 years. Think about the squad we have. It is already incredibly strong. We are sitting in the promotion mix in League One, pushing for the Championship. We have done this with smart recruitment, not just throwing money at walls. The owners have always been about sustainability. Ryan and Rob said it themselves in their statement. From day one, we wanted to build a sustainable future for Wrexham. Splashing 20 million in one window on wages and fees isn't sustainable. It's reckless. So while this cash boost definitely helps with future transfer budgets and wage bills, giving us the ability to compete with Championship clubs and even some lower-end Premier League budgets eventually, it is not a blank cheque for immediate gratification. It's a war chest for the long campaign, not just this weekend's battle. It allows the club to act opportunistically. If a special player becomes available, we can do it. We don't have to sell to buy. That is the luxury this 48 million buys us. Freedom and security.
If the money isn't all going on a new number 9, where is it going? This is the part that should actually excite the true supporters the most. The boring stuff, the bricks and mortar, the things that make a football club a permanent fixture in the community, rather than a fleeting moment of success. The club has been very clear about the need to improve general infrastructure. We are talking about the Kop stand. We all know the saga of the Kop. We are building a new 5,500 seat stand that could rise to 7,750. This investment is critical for that. It will take the ground's capacity to about 18,000. That is a proper stadium. That is a cauldron. That is a fortress where the Red Dragons can breathe fire. But it goes beyond the stadium. There's talk of a desire for a new training ground. For anyone who follows football closely, you know that the training ground is where the season is won or lost. It's where the players spend 95% of their time. If you want to attract Premier League quality players, you can't have them changing in a porter cabin. You need world-class medical facilities, gyms, pitches and analysis rooms. This 48 million goes a long way to making that a reality. And let's not forget the academy and the women's setup. The owners have committed to boosting these areas. A sustainable club produces its own talent. Imagine a Wrexham team in 5 years, captained by a lad or a girl who came through an academy funded by this investment. That is the legacy. The women's team has been on an incredible journey as well, and they deserve facilities that match their ambition. This deal also involves access to further capital to develop other areas of the Caires. It's about regeneration. It's about making the stadium a 365-day-a-year asset for the town. This is what Ryan and Rob meant when they said they wanted to stay true to the town. You don't build a community by just buying players. You build it by pouring concrete and creating spaces where the community gathers. This money ensures that the physical footprint of Wrexham AFC matches its global reputation.
Let's talk about control, because whenever new money comes in, fans get worried about who is actually driving the bus, who holds the keys to the racecourse. With this new share issue on the arrival of Apollo, the pie chart of ownership has shifted, but the captains of the ship remain the same. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney retain the majority shareholding and the controlling stake. That is the most important line in all the documents. They are not cashing out, they are not bored, they are doubling down by bringing in partners who can help them achieve the dream. They are still the face, the heart, and the final decision makers. Then you have the Allen family based in New York, who have around 15%, and now ASC with their minority stake just under 10%. It's becoming a syndicate of very smart, very wealthy people. But look at the balance. You have the creative, passionate drive of Ryan and Rob. You have the private family wealth of the Allens, and you have the institutional, sporting expertise of Apollo. It is a boardroom built for the Premier League. It is a boardroom that has a seat for everyone who brings something different to the party. ASC even has a seat on the club board now, alongside Ryan and Rob. This means the debates about the club's future will be robust. You have people who know how to run a global entertainment brand and people who know how to run a Champions League football team sitting in the same room. For us fans, this is the best case scenario. We keep the owners who saved us, who love us and who we love, but we gain the financial armour of an investment bank and the sporting IQ of European heavyweights. It's not about selling the soul, it's about ensuring the soul can survive in the shark tank of modern football.
We have to talk about the ultimate goal. The words Premier League are no longer whispered at Wrexham, they are spoken aloud with conviction. In the statement accompanying this deal, Ryan and Rob were explicit. The dream has always been to take this club to the Premier League while staying true to the town. That is the mission statement, and this £48 million is the war bond to get us there. We are currently witnessing an unprecedented push for a 4th successive promotion. Think about that, 4 promotions in a row. It sounds like something you'd do on a video game, not in real life. But Phil Parkinson's side is right there, in the mix for the championship playoffs. If, and there is still a big if, we manage to go up to the championship this season, the financial landscape changes again. The costs skyrocket. The wages, the travel, the operational costs of the championship are a different beast to League One. This £48 million prepares us for that jump. It means if we go up, we don't go up as paupers. We go up ready to compete. And if we don't go up this year, the money ensures we don't fall apart. It ensures we can go again next year, stronger, better equipped. The ambition is relentless. Growth like that takes world-class partners who share our vision, they said. Apollo absolutely does. They aren't investing for a nice mid-table finish in League One. They are investing because they see a path to the top flight. They see Wrexham playing at Old Trafford, at Anfield, at the Emirates. And with this cash, that dream feels one step closer to reality. Next month marks the 5 years anniversary of the takeover. 5 years since the Wrexham Supporters Trust handed the keys to 2 Hollywood stars. Who could have predicted this? We have gone from worrying about the electricity bill to discussing £48 million share issues and partners who own Atletico Madrid. It has been a rocket ship ride. Revenues have rocketed, global interest is at an all-time high, and the clean sheets and goals keep coming. But this news, this specific financial injection, feels like the start of Chapter 2. Chapter 1 was the rescue and the rise. Chapter 2 is the consolidation and the conquest. This isn't just about money, it's about belief. It's about a town in North Wales that has been given the resources to show the world what it is made of. The Hollywood tag is fun, but this investment proves this is a serious football project. It's a project with $1 billion backing, a world-class manager, and a fan base that is second to none. So, as we look at the calendar and see the transfer window closing, don't just look for a new signing holding a scarf. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the foundations being poured. Look at the partners being signed. Wrexham isn't just trying to win a league. They are trying to build a legacy. And £48 million says they are going to do exactly that. What do you think, Red Dragons? Is this the golden ticket to the Premier League? Or does the rapid expansion make you nervous? Let me know your thoughts. Up the town.